Matt here, Atlas Precision Consulting. In today's video, we're going to start talking about customer pricing. Specifically, we're going to talk about the page book library system within P21. In this video, we're going to start talking about the basics of the price page, the sales price page. I say basics because there's lots of different options, but I want to give you guys something that's the most common way to set up, play with, test, and understand how pages work. Now, to start off with, you do not have to give it a page ID number. That number will just get created automatically with the next sequential number when you save a new page. You do have to give it a description. Now, you can edit that description at another time. It doesn't have to stay whatever you created it as. Price type is your very first big decision. You can do it by item, product group, all these different groups. In this case, I'm choosing supplier. So any item that is assigned to a supplier that I'm sliding this price page will be eligible for the pricing from this page. Calculator type, we are going to do price because, again, this is focusing on a sales price page. I'm not going to go into the details of these other ones just yet. Effective date, expiration date, pretty common sense there. Pricing source, this is what we're going to use to base our pricing off of. Since we are doing a supplier, I wouldn't want to necessarily just do price. I don't want to have to put in a hard price, but it could be useful to create a price page for a single item that you want to give somebody a special price on. You don't have to have it anywhere else in the system. You could use that to do that. But we're going to do source. And my source in this case is average cost because I'm going to mark up from average cost or increase with a multiplier. Totaling method, most common one is going to be using item. Totaling basis, most common one is going to be sales unit. This way it is very focused on just the line of that item that's being applied. It doesn't try to combine other things, which gets a little bit more complicated than we want to get into. Your status, pretty self-explanatory, active or delete. Obviously, it's not going to delete it completely out of the system. That delete more functions like an inactive than an actual delete. Supplier, since I did pick my pricing method as source, I had to put in, I put my price type as supplier, I had to enter in a supplier ID. This would allow you to use this on manufacturer rep orders, if you even do those. You can say only, meaning that they can only be using this, and obviously no would tell you you couldn't use them on anything related to manufacturer rep orders. I'm not going to go over every single tab on here in detail. We're not going to do PO cost multipliers because it really doesn't have anything to do with the sales pricing that we're trying to do. Values is going to be your big one for this. And you can see on this, I have my multiplier as my calculation method. Multiplier and percentage work very similar. Whereas if you're going to do a percentage and you want to increase it by 35% over my source cost or my source average cost, you would put 0.35. But I'm using a multiplier. I find it's the most common thing used in P21, so I just like to stick to it so I don't get confused when I'm looking at the numbers. So this calculation method is 1.35. That's going to take my full average cost and add 35% to it. Again, if I wanted to change it to percentage, I would change it to percentage and then change this to 0.35. Commissions, we're not going to get into here. Used by is a very useful one. This will tell you every book in library that this page exists in. It'll tell you the status of it, name, description. Location is useful if you want to create specific price pages for different product groups or suppliers, whatever it is, where you only want this page to be active at certain locations. So you could come in here and type in a location, and it's only going to be available in that location. That's not required. But that is if you want to kind of segregate your pricing if you have multiple locations. Again, I tried to go over the basics on this. If you guys have questions or you want to see a more advanced view on some of these other features, put a comment down below. Or if you have questions about anything else, put a comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, Atlas is here for your P21 needs.